Okay, so Chelsea, I'm gonna unmute you. Will you just quick share like your name, where you're from, and then tell us a little bit about your dream that you had the other night? It was so cool.
Okay, I'm Chelsea. I'm from Houston. I had originally joined in 2017 and then quit, and then followed Morgan for a while, and then started again in February this year. This month, I am claiming Diamond, and it was so wild that I woke up on Sunday morning with this dream. It was a literal epiphany. So it was 2021 conference, so next year, 21 or 2021, and it was like a little break in the day, and we were doing a little team building activity where it was essentially we were putting together a puzzle, and what the puzzle was a picture from 2017 conference. So I wasn't at conference in 2017, and I had never seen the picture before. So we all had to do this. So when it came time to me, I'm panicking because I'm like, I don't know what this picture looks like. You know, when you're putting together a puzzle, you have a frame of reference because you have an image of what you're supposed to be putting together. Not for me. This wasn't true. So, you know, everyone's shouting encouraging things, but the only thing that I kept hearing was, don't worry about not knowing how to do it. Just do it. Don't wait to have all the information. Do it now. And it was so interesting because like that was something I seriously struggled with when I first started, and Morgan can attest to it. She's like, listen, get out of your own way. You're thinking too much. Just do these things, and I promise it will come. Another thing I didn't mention to Morgan when I had this dream, the pieces that I remember seeing was a corner piece, and it was red. So just like you start a puzzle, you start from the corner. You start with what little bit you do know, and the rest will fall into place. And I also thought it was interesting that it was red because this is like a trait of a red personality, that they just want to do things like, you don't have to tell me all the information. I just want to get going and I want to do it now, which is totally not like me because I'm a green. So it fueled me on Sunday morning when I woke up, and I've been hit the ground running like ever since. So I thought it was really cool.
Yes, that is so cool. Thank you for sharing that. And I love that. And you are totally going diamond this month. No question about it. You are so stinking close. I'm so excited for you, and thank you for sharing. So you don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to know what you're doing to be able to start, you know, and that's the biggest thing that holds people back in this business, is waiting to have all the answers to get going. So okay, Tessie, I'm gonna unmute you. Tessie and I met whenever we did whenever we did the Arizona event, and we actually got to room together. I got to know her, and she was a double diamond way back in the day, 2 months ago, and now she's a presidential. Like, what happened? So will you tell us a little bit about your story, and then we're going to get into all the tips of how the heck you just did this.
I think I'm still trying to wrap my head around it too. Hey, you guys, I'm Tessie. I am from South Louisiana, way down south in Lafayette. So I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 2 kids, and I am married. So prior to joining It Works, I was a payroll manager and human resource manager at an oil field company. And I was there for like 6 or 7 years. And then we got pregnant for our second kid, and I went on maternity leave, and I was like, I don't think I want to go back. I was looking into prices of daycare, and I was like, it's just not worth it for me to go back, you know? So fortunately, my parents own an electrical company. So I was able to stay home with my kids and work for them from home, which wasn't easy, but I was like, you know what? I want to stay home with them, and I'm just going to do it. So that's what I did. And then I was following Kelly Brown in the meantime for, I think it was like 18 months. I think I had followed her before she reached out to me plenty of times. She asked me to host a post for her. She asked me to join her business like 6 times total. And I constantly told her no or left her on red. And I just never answered her. And then she finally reached out to me one time, and I was like, you know what? Paisley had just asked to join tumbling, and she was already in dancing. And we were fortunate enough to be able to take vacations with our kids and, you know, do fun things. And we weren't in debt or anything like that. But me and Kyle were always one to think of the future. What are we going to do when they graduate? What are we going to do when it's time to buy them cars? Like, you know, we're not in debt now, but are we going to go into debt later in the future for that. And we don't want to leave that debt on them either. So we're able to save monthly, but it's just not enough for those big expenses. So I was like, you know what? Now she's going to want to start doing tumbling. She's already in dancing. Parker's going to be coming up wanting to do, you know, his sports. So I'm like, maybe I can try. And even if we just get, you know, an extra $200 to $300 a month, like it'll pay for her tumbling. We can save the rest. And it's just going to be more than what we're able to do now. So he was like, okay, go ahead and try it. But for those 18 months, you guys, like I was constantly following her story, reading it out loud to my husband every time. I would just look at him and he was like, are you going to read me another post from her? And I was like, yes, because it's so inspiring. And he was like, well, then why don't you just do it? And I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't think I can do it. I can't do it. But you know, you go and you follow, and I like looked at her page. And then of course I looked at Sherry Lynn's page and Stacy's page. And I was like, I don't have that. I can't do that, you know? So finally it was $20 to join. It was when the $20 coupon codes came out last February. So I joined February 9th. I was like, okay, if anything, I'm going to lose $20. Like I can do that. So I joined February 9th of last year with no Facebook. And she was like, okay, shoot me a friend request on Facebook. And I was like, no, girl, I don't have Facebook. And she was like, okay, well, you'll want to set one up really quick. And I was like, you don't understand. My family's been wanting me to get Facebook for years to show them pictures of the kids. And I've always told them no. So I can't just say, hey guys, I have a Facebook and I started this online business. Like that was awkward for me. So it took me the weekend, but I finally got one up, got going. And I just started, like, I literally dove headfirst and just went for it. I was like, I joined, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to waste my money and I'm going to go. So in March, the next month, I promoted to Ruby. In April, I promoted to Diamond. And then in May, I promoted to Double Diamond. So I promoted Double Diamond within my first 3 months. And then I just kind of like sat back. And I was just kind of like, okay, well, literally Ruby was, you know, more than what I was even wanting. But my ultimate goal, because Kelly told me, set you a, you know, short-term goal and a long-term goal. So December of 2019 was Diamond for me. Like that was my goal. And I hit it 2 months in. So I just, when I hit double and I knew what the average income was and the bonuses were, I just kind of sat back and just stayed there. And I was like, you know what? This is great for me. Well, then I started getting runners on my team over the summer and they were getting their bonuses. And I was like, wait a minute. They're getting bonuses. I'm so happy for them, but I want bonuses too. Like I've got to get back going. Like I can't just sit here and do nothing. So, and I mean, I wasn't doing anything, but I was just comfortable. I was doing what I needed to do to stay maintaining and just doing the things and keeping my paycheck up. But then like, I wasn't trying to go forward. And then December, I was like, you know what? My goal, January, I'm going triple diamond. I am going to be VIP triple before conference. And it didn't happen. And I was like, wait a minute. So I was like, okay, that's okay. Conference is coming. I'm going to go triple after conference, the month after. Everybody promotes after conference. I'm going to do it. Well, it didn't happen either. I was like, that'd be cool. VIP triple within a year. So, and then come April, I was like, you know what? This is the last month of bonuses. I don't know what's going to happen. And I am tired of sitting at double diamond. Like, yes, it's awesome, but I'm tired of sitting at double diamond. My team is ready to run and I'm going to go, I'm going to take my team and we're going VIP triple. Like this is enough. I'm deciding. So I sat my husband down and I was like, look, we're doing this. And he was like, okay, let's go. And here I am now, don't know how, but for presidential diamond. And that still sounds so unreal to me. I don't know. It's just so unreal.
I love that so much. Oh my word. Y'all, that was incredible. So I wrote a couple notes down on what she talked about. So, okay, raise your hand, or I'm just kidding, put it in the chat, put a 1 in the chat if you've ever had somebody leave you on red. Whether it's a customer or a distributor, sorry, my notes itches, I'm not picking up, I promise. If you've ever had somebody leave you on red, they may be your next Tessie Carter. So do not give up on them. Do not stop posting your story. Do not stop this business because somebody left you on red. Would it be worth it if you missed out on this? No. Okay, I'll answer that for you. It's not worth it. Keep going, guys. People are going to tell you no. People are going to ignore you. Guess who ignored me? Every single person on this Zoom who signed up with me at one point left me on red. And that's okay because I didn't quit and now they're all here. And the ones who left me on red today, they're going to be my next diamond. And I'm claiming that. And when you shift your mindset, it stops bothering you. You stop focusing on the people who left you on red and you start focusing on the ones who are actually saying yes, because you know that the ones who left you on red are your next diamond, and it's just a matter of time before they get started. Okay, so keep that perspective. All right, another thing, 3 months in Double Diamond, who joined in April or who has joined so far this month who would love to be making an average of $5,000 per month? Insert income disclosure statement here. Per month by summer, by beginning, middle, or end of summer, put a 2 in the chat. If you joined in April or May and you would love to be one of those people. April or May. I know some of you joined after that and you're like, I want to put my number. Just April or May, because that I want to show you this is possible for you. And the ones who've been here for a while, you already know it's possible for you. You know I believe that you're going double diamond or above, okay? But the ones who just got started and you just think, you know what? Double diamond sounds really cool. Hopefully I can hit that by 2023. I don't know, right? I want you to dream bigger. I want you to see somebody who's done this and know that it can be done. And that's what I love about this business, guys. You can look at this and say, wow, Tessie just did all of that. There's no way I can do that. I'm not her. There's no way I could be that. Or you could look at it the way that you should and be like, she did that? I know I can do that. If she can do it, I can do it. And that's why we have people on here to share their stories. It's not so you can compare yourself and be like, crap, my energy level went to a 1. Like, it's so you can feel empowered. It's so you can be excited. Here's the deal, guys. Tessie Carter went double diamond in 3 months. It took me almost 3 years, but I hit it because I didn't quit. So for those of you who are like, well, I'm past my 3 months and then some, add 2 years to my 3 months. That's where I'm at. Still hadn't hit double. That's me. Okay. Who cares? Keep going. Your time is coming. But it may be in 3 months, it may take you 3 years, but I can guarantee that you can't get that type of a pay raise that Tessie's about to see later this week in 1 month at any corporate job. No corporate job is going to look at you and say, hey, want a couple $1,000 extra this month just because you did the same thing you did last month. Sound good? But here you can get that, okay? So that is stinking possible for you, okay? The other thing is that she got comfortable. She was like, I'm double. I'm good. That was me at diamond. I was like, credit card debt, what? No, I'm good. I'm good at diamond. Stop dreaming. Stop thinking about what else I wanted to do. I thought double was impossible for me. That's probably how Tessie felt about triple. It's impossible. There's no way I could do that. Put a 3 in the chat if you've gotten comfortable in your business. Whether you've been in for 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years, put a 3 in the chat if you're like, yep, that's me right now. I'm comfortable. I've been comfortable in the past. Now I'm running. I'm ready. That's every single person. Everybody's done that. Everybody's felt that way at some point. But I want you to know that you can overcome that. And when you do, and you step into this potential that you were given by the Lord to be all that He created you to be, things begin to shift. And things begin to happen for you that you're like, I don't know how I'm here, but I'm somehow a presidential diamond and it just happened. And it is not because she didn't do the work. I can tell you that much right now. We'll talk about that later. It didn't just happen. It's not like Tessie's saying, I don't know how this happened. I woke up on the 29th and looked at my e-suite and it was just there. I don't even know. Like, the people just came. No, she's saying, I don't physically know how we got here. I just kept doing the same things over and over again. So there is a huge shift that happens when you get out of your comfort zone, when you stop getting comfortable, when you say, you know what, this is enough, but I am not good enough with just getting by. I am not good with just getting by, just doing the bare minimum and just doing enough to stay where I'm at double diamond or ruby. I want more. This is the company's year of more, right? We need to step into that. And the other thing is she said that she missed a goal. This is the last one, but I just like loved what you said. I was like, ooh, that's so relatable. All of what you said. If you have set a goal for yourself and you missed it, put a 4 in the chat. You are not alone. Tessie's missed a goal. I've missed a goal. Pam Souders missed a goal. Mark's missed a goal. Mark Pentecost, our CEO, has been claiming that we're going beyond $1 billion for years now. And we're going to hit that. We're going to hit that 5 billion mark because he has said it so much. Even though it hasn't happened yet, he's still claiming it. He's working towards that. He knows where his goal is. He has a vision. The Bible says where there is no vision, the people perish. Mark has a vision. Do you have a vision? If you do, and it doesn't happen when you want it to, and you keep that vision and you cast that vision to your team, you know it's going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So don't beat yourself up and be like, well, I missed my goal. This just isn't for me. Like, maybe I should just quit. What are you going back to? What's the alternative? You could stay and not hit your goal of $6,000 a month and make $2,000 instead and know that you're eventually going to get there if you keep doing the work. Or you can quit and go back to what? What's the alternative? What are you going back to, right? So I'm so glad that Tessie talked about that and said, I got comfortable, and then I said, you know what, I'm going triple next month, but I missed it. And then I said it again, and I missed it. Had she not set that goal, she never would have hit it. And she didn't just hit that goal. She murdered that goal and then blew past it, drove it over with a truck and got the next goal, okay? She didn't just hit triple. She was just zooming past it. And so when your vision becomes so clear in your mind of what you want, it can't not happen. There is no alternative. And we've talked about this 82 billion times already, but I need to say it again because we're going ambassador this month. You have to burn the boats. And what I mean by that is you have to burn the alternative. You have to say, you know what, we're going to take over this island, but in order for us to take over this island, we have to burn the boats that we came here on. Because if not, and we hit an obstacle, we hit tough times when we're trying to take this island over, we're going to be tempted to quit and jump back in our boats and go back. You burn the boats, you can't go back. You take over the island or you die. And if you decide that, you'll win every single time because that is your only option, is to win. You win or you perish, and you'll always win. So I challenge you, if you haven't yet, burn the dang boat. It doesn't matter if you missed your goal last month. I don't care if you said that you would be double diamond by now and you're not even ruby. I don't care because I've been through that. I know what that feels like, but I don't care because I know that there is so much more for you out there than just ruby that you're shooting for, that you're pissed off that you didn't get yet. There's more for you than diamond that you're sitting here trying to shoot for. There's presidential sitting there waiting for you when you're pushing for triple. Go for all of it. Don't just sit there and go for the bare minimum. Go for all of it. And I know that you can. I believe in you so much. This is not my Zoom. I'm going to stop talking. Okay. Whew. Just getting fired up. You got me all in my feels. Okay. Next story, or next question. So what was the shift that you made in your mindset? Was there a shift that happened in your business as far as something that you did with your team, something to cast vision, something to help with enrollments? There had to have been some sort of something that you shifted in. Maybe it wasn't last month when you promoted. Maybe it was a different month, but what did you do that shifted you from going from double diamond, AKA an average of about 25,000 volume, and I know that Tessie had far above that, but going from a double diamond with about 25,000 volume to presidential diamond with 100,000 volume in a month? Okay. What was the shift that happened there for you and for your team?
So I had just realized that, this could be the last month for bonuses. And I wanted to, yes, it's great to promote without a bonus, but every time I promoted with a bonus. So I was like, I'm not going to promote without a bonus. I want this bonus. And I had a ton of teammates that joined with me back in April, May, June that were still in it and were still distributor executive rank, and they were still hanging around and they were still trying and they really wanted these bonuses. And it then turned from me to them. Yes, I want to promote and I want to go triple, but these girls need it. They've been with me from the beginning. I joined in February, they joined in April, May. and they haven't even promoted to Ruby yet. What am I doing wrong as a leader? Like, that's how I felt. But when I just joined at the beginning, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to lead them. And now it's like, it was on my shoulders. I was like, okay, I know how to do this now. I've done it. How am I going to get them to it? So we just got really, really consistent last month with Host to Post. And I always talk to my teams about Host to Post, but I never really like, I don't want to say force it, but we never like push it hard. And so we just started telling them, look, these Host to Post trackers, like, we want to get on the bandwagon. We want to start using these Host to Post trackers. Like, this is what we're going to do. And this is what's going to take us to the next level. And that's exactly what we did. Everybody got their trackers out and everybody got to work the like first few days of the month. So, what they just got it out. We highlighted it. We took pictures. We sent it in our group messages. Like, we were each other's accountability partners. We just rallied together so much last month. But for me, it was a mindset of, I'm tired of being stuck, but I know they're more tired than I am because they haven't claimed a bonus yet. They haven't gone Ruby yet. How am I going to get them unstuck so that they don't quit on me? Because it's not going to be their fault. I feel like it would be mine. Like, I want this for them at this point. So we just rallied together, y'all, so hard. We were like staying up till 12 o'clock. We were up at 6 o'clock for power hours. We were just doing anything and everything we can to get those 10 Host to Post up a day. And on the 13th of the month, on the 13th, I was like, you know what? My husband was off of work because he dropped a catfish on his foot and it stuck him in the foot. So he was off of work for the week. And I was like, okay, well, you're off of work, so you're going to tend to the kids and I'm going to get to work. And that's what we did. And it was fun. But I was like, you know what? I want to rechart. I'm recharting every single person on my chart. And I recharted everybody on the 13th. And I was like, okay, here's my projected volume. This is where I'm at. What can I do? What can I do to my team? What can I bring to them? Like, what ideas can I just come up with right now? Because that's what we need. So I was like, you know what? We're going to do a thermometer. I'm going for triple diamond. We're going to push for presidential. And if we don't hit presidential, we're going to fall and hit triple diamond, and I'm going to be more than happy with that. So I took I took what I needed and I was like, okay, 50,000 is our goal. That's what we're going with, 50,000. And I divided it by 16 days of the month, and 3,125 new GV was what our daily goal was. And I was like, my team's small. Like, seeing this 117 people on here kind of frightens me, okay? Because our Zooms, I just got off of mine and we had 32 on it. But we did it with 32 people. Like, that's huge. Because Kelly always tells me, you need a lot of people doing a little just to make goals happen on anybody's chart. And I was like, I don't have a lot of people. I have like 30, but I mean, that's it. That's a lot. Like, that's my crew. And we fought hard for it. So I was like, okay, we're going to do this. So I brought the idea to them and they were so excited. I've never seen my team so excited before. They were like, throwing out their goals. They were like, I'm going diamond. And they were like distributors. And I was like, I'm so glad that they still have this vision, even though they've been with me since April and they've seen me promote and they could never get past that. So like, for them, it was super exciting. And it was like them hitting their personal goal. So that was one thing we really did. And the Host to Post trackers, y'all, the Host to Post trackers, like, they love them now. In my team, we do a lot of, we have power hours like every day and we hop onto them, but we were just never really like so consistent with the Host to Post trackers. So those two things is what got us really excited. And I would just, they every single morning they would want to know, how much did we bring in yesterday? How did we do yesterday? And in group messages, we were constantly shouting it out, like, LC 25 BV, LC 90 BV. And I was like, I just had to get them excited. And that's it. Like, we just rallied together so hard and we just did it. And we never stopped pushing. Girls were showing up that hadn't showed up in months. They were doing it. They were enrolling 20 plus customers. And I was like, oh my goodness. Like, my heart, I cried every day. I literally cried every single day. I was like a soft baby all month. I was like, who are you? Like, why are you crying? I was like, I'm just so excited. But that's just what we did. It was a mindset for me, but it was also a mindset change for my team. Like, they needed it more than I did. So that was my main goal. If I didn't help them and myself to promote, I just felt like I was just going to be not a great leader for them. Like, I had to do it for them.
I love that. If that was a huge like aha moment for you, put a 5 in the chat, because I think that at some point it has to be more than you. It has to be bigger than you. Because if you're going Ruby, you're helping somebody get that 400 club. And at that point, it kind of feels a little bit about you. But when you go Emerald and you're helping 2 people go Ruby, it's not about you anymore. It is not about you, and it cannot be about you. You have to go from like leading the charge to turning around and saying, how can I help every single one of you? It's more of a huddle. Okay. And one thing that I'll say too, just to go off of what Tessie said, and this is something that I got from this book called Leadership by John Maxwell. It's so good. But one thing that he said in one of the first chapters that I've read that has stuck with me ever since I read it, he said, if you are running with your team and you get to the top of the mountain and you look behind you and there's nobody there, you're by yourself, you're the only one leading this team, you are not a leader, you are a hiker. You are not a leader if you turn around and nobody that you're leading is there with you. And so that is what has changed for me. I'm like, I don't want to be at the top by myself. Like, y'all have to come with me, you know, and it becomes more about them than it does about you. And that's where the shift happens. The literal leader shift happens then at that point. And you don't have to look and be like, well, I'm not a presidential, so I'm not a leader yet. I'm not a diamond. I'm not a leader yet. You're a leader when you have one person underneath you, whether it's a customer or a distributor. You are now a leader, whether you want to be or not, whether you feel like you're ready for it or not. You can become that leader by growing and by doing self-development, but you are a leader. And it's important to learn what that means and the responsibility that comes with that. And I love that Tessie talked about that too, because it's not like she was like, yeah, I started, you know, yelling at my team. I just like told them exactly what they needed to do. She was like, I locked arms with my team and I knew that they needed it more than I did. That's the heart of a leader. And so then whenever she turned around and helped her team, she was like, wow, things are just like getting done. I don't really know how this happened. Like, because guys, listen to this. This is so important. If you're taking notes, write this down. Something that Kelsey Thornton said the other week on like a leader Zoom that we did, she said, when you are helping customers join the business, that's addition. That's great. You're adding people to your team. You're adding volume. But when you help your team add customers, and obviously we're still enrolling, we're leading by example. Okay. We're not just like slave drivers, like trying to tell people what to do, right? We're not doing anything. We're doing it with them. But we're saying we're helping everyone on our team add customers. That's multiplication. Adding people, adding customers, addition, helping our team add people, that's multiplication. How do you get to a bigger number faster? Adding or multiplying? Multiplying. We all know that, right? Basic math. You want to get where you're going by multiplying and showing your team what needs to get done and leading by example. So that is so good. Thank you. Okay, so what did you and your team, I know you talked about host to post trackers, 10 host to posts today. So let's talk a little bit more about host to post, because this is what y'all really did to bring in volume. If you are not doing host to post, who would be the brave soul to put in the chat and say, I have never done host to post before. Never done it before. Put a 6 in the chat if you're like, I'm not on that host to post train yet, because we want to know who you are so that we can love on you and pour into you and teach you what this is, because it is so important and it is something that's going to change your business. Okay. So I love it. And some of these people are brand new and they're like, I just started this. She's been in for a while. Some people are like, I've never done it before, and they're just still in their training. So that's great. Tessie, what is host to post? Why do we do it? How do you get people to post for you? What are you having them post for you? Is there like a specific product that you have them do? Give us all the host post tips.
Okay, so whenever I started in February last year, Kelly got me started on host to post right away, especially since I didn't have a Facebook. She was like, okay, we've got to get you to 5,000 friends ASAP, like tomorrow. And I was like, okay, so how do I do that? Like, I'm all in. How do I do it? So she had me post about the giveaway. And I think it was like, when I joined, I think we were doing like a $500 giveaway. I don't remember, but she had me post about the giveaway on my wall, and it was like, drop a comment if you want to be entered. So I was like, okay, let's go. So of course it was a lot of like my friends from high school. So I was able to reach people that, you know, I had just started Facebook. I wasn't friend requesting yet. I was nervous. Like, I was scared, but I was doing it because I saw her successful. So I did it. So as people would drop comments, I would ask them to post about the giveaway for me. And it was just like duplication. Like I just kept asking everybody to post the giveaway for me. And then from there, their friends were dropping comments on those posts. And then I would add them to my network. So I'm growing my network. And then I would ask them to post the giveaway. And she had me do just the giveaway for a few days because I didn't have I didn't have anything. So I was constantly posting the giveaway. And then when I got to like 700 friends, she started having me post about the product, having those people post about the product for me. So then they would put up product posts for me, and that's how I was getting my my customers. And when I joined, I was averaging 75 customers a month, like my second or third month in, just from Host to Post. I had no network. Like I didn't ask my family and friends because I was like, I know that they're not gonna do it. So I didn't ask them. I just dove straight into Host to Post, and I was averaging 60 to 75 customers a month for the first few months with that. So now last month, what I taught my team was the same thing. We've got to grow your network. So I had everybody post about the giveaway. Their first 10 people were posting about our giveaway, our monthly giveaway, which was we did a Louis Vuitton last month. So we had them post about the giveaway, and mine blew up. Like I had over 200 comments on every post. And I was like, how am I going to keep up with this? But I did, and I just kept doing it. And I would have, one of my favorites was the cleanse and the Thermophyte X. I always stick to those. I'll do like the cleanse one week, and then I'll do a Thermophyte X post the next week. And yeah, some people won't buy immediately, but those people bought the next week because they constantly saw my before and afters going up on my page. So I signed 56 customers last month from Host to Post, and 8 distributors that they came from the giveaway post. I never once had to post the giveaway post on my page last month, which is unreal, but that's how hard we were doing Host to Post. We were making sure that we were getting up 10 to 15 a day so that it was constantly going, and we wouldn't have to like stop and try and find people to post for us. We were constantly getting 2 to 3 people posting the giveaway for us, and 6 to 7 people posting about a product, whether it was Thermophyte X or Cleanse, and then 2 to 3 people posting about the business for us, so that we were getting potential distributors at the same time. And our team exploded last month with that. Like that was number one of how we were bringing in volume, was that. And like I said, my girls that were in here, like with me from April, May, they've never completed a Steps to Success. And last month I had one girl complete 2, her first month ever completing it. She completed 2 Steps to Success, and she signed like 19 or 20 customers. Like it was amazing. It was amazing. And then another thing that I had my team do was message and connect, because I do have girls that were here for a long time. So we messaged in our connect apps for our customers already, asking if they wanted the pick 2 deal and the BOGO deals that we did last month, to try and bring in extra volume as well.
That is so good. Okay, so I have a question, because I got a little confused because I was like doing 80 things. Okay, so you said that your goal was 10 a day, 10 Host to Post per day. And you said the first 10 were for the giveaway. Was that the first 10 that month, or the first 10 that week, or the first 10 that day?
The first 10 that day. I had all of them post the giveaway so that I could find one person that their post was going to blow up for me.
Okay.
So that day I had one girl, her post blew up, and it had 176 comments on it. So I went through and I replied to every comment, hey, send me a friend request and message me entry. I gained 99 new friends off of that one post.
Okay, wait, so you comment and you say, add me as a friend, message me entry.
So they're adding me, I'm not getting blocked from friend requesting, and they're messaging me first, so that when I accept their friend request, I have tons of entry in my messenger. I don't have to find anybody. I don't have to go back. It was amazing. I was like,
I literally like shook over here, because we're all like, I'm blocked from Facebook. And I like got locked out 87,000 hours last week or last month from Facebook. Like mind blown, also facepalm all at the same time. Why did I not think of that? Dude, oh my.
Well, the month before, I had like 5 of my runners get kicked off of Facebook like 4 times. And I was like, okay, this can't happen. Like we're going for big goals this month. This cannot happen. So that's what we were doing. Everybody was friend requesting us and messaging us entry. And then even on the product post, message me TFX, message me cleanse. Like it's always we always use a keyword, because we were noticing too that some of our girls were getting blocked from sending out the same message so many times from post to post. So they were messaging us first, so we didn't look like a spam profile. They were messaging us, and then they were initiating the conversation.
That is amazing. Somebody asked
And
why they're getting blocked from Facebook. Facebook just doesn't let you message that many people. Like if you have 194 people commenting, it won't let you message 194 people at one time. So it's just the volume of messages. That is insane. I feel like 87 pounds just came off my shoulders. I'm like, okay, we're just gonna go faster tomorrow. It's fine. That is so gold. If y'all are like shook right now, put a 6 in the chat, because I'm like, we need to make sure that we are telling everybody about this. Like, tell every stinking person on your team today. Tell people, okay? Okay. All y'all be putting 666 up in this chat. Y'all better add a 6 or take a 6 away. That's Satan. I'm just kidding. Okay, so post to post, you're having them message you. You're having them, like, you're commenting back to them, and you don't get blocked from commenting, right? Like, that's fine, especially if you're not doing other stuff. It's not really flagging anything because it's just commenting back.
Right. If you use the same exact script with like the same emoji a few times in a row, it'll block you just from that comment. So you just have to like switch it up. So I have mine saved in a text replacement, and I'll add like different emojis and kind of switch it out every now and then.
Good. Okay, so you have 10 people a day post about the giveaway. And then, so you're saying from that, you have people posting, and like, so you said that you'll do 6 to 7 people do the products, 3 people do host to post. So you're just switching it up in between, because the people who are commenting on the giveaway post, they're saying, yeah, I'll do the giveaway. And then you're saying, okay, if you want to do the giveaway, all you have to do is post this on your page, and it's going to be a product post or a PDT post. Correct? Am I on the right? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
And then
right.
you're doing 6 in a row for product, or is it based on the amount of friends? Because Amber Parker said 1,000 friends or more, they do distributor. 1,000. Is that what you do? 1,000 friends?
I did 2,000. If anybody had over 2,000 friends, I gave them the giveaway, and they were literally blowing up, like over 175 comments on them. And then from there, I mean, I don't want to say prejudged, but I prejudged on their number of friends. If they had less than 1,000, they got a product post. If they had 1,000 and they had like a really good page, and I was like, oh, I wish you would be on my team, I'm going to give them a PDT post. And most of them came back interested, and I had a ton of potentials from that. And then anything over 2,000 got a giveaway post.
Okay. So, and then, okay. All right. So, okay, let me back up for some people who are asking questions in the chat. Okay. So, post to post. You're having people post on their wall for you on Facebook. You can do it on Instagram, but we're not talking about Instagram right now, just Facebook, okay? Facebook, you have them post on their wall. Our team is doing 6 people get $50 this Sunday. That is our giveaway for the week, okay? So you put in $10 into the pot. You can message or like Venmo, Cash App, whatever, Elisa on our team. She's the leader who's taking all the money up for everybody. She does the drawings. If this is your first month, if you joined in May, you don't have to pay anything. But if you joined in April or whatever, then you're going to pay $10 to do this, okay? And you get to offer all these giveaways all month long. It's not per post. It's just for the month, okay? Then you go and have people post for you. So it's like a referral program, basically. You're having people post on their wall. Now you're getting all of their network. You're going to have, let's say you have 2,000 friends, you're going to run out of people at some point that you can't message anybody else. So how do you find more people? You go and do host to post. So go and have 10 of these people say, hey, I have a question. Yeah, what's up? Hey, will you post something on your wall for me to be entered into my giveaway? Yep, sure. Cool. So now you have them post. If they have 2,000 friends or more, you say, all right, all you have to do is post this. And it's going to be something like they're posting, comment your birthday month to be entered into the giveaway that my friend at Morgan is doing with me. Like me and my friend Morgan are partnered up. Like all of this stuff is in our team page. We have scripts for this. they're posting that on their wall. So many people comment on that and they're saying, yeah, I want to enter to the giveaway. I want to enter the giveaway. You go and message those people, or you're commenting and you're saying, hey, add me as a friend and comment or message me the word entry to be entered. And then they message you entry. You go look at your Facebook messages, and as they're messaging you entry, you're responding back to these people and you're saying, hey, they have 2,000 friends. So they're going to get a giveaway post too. And all they're going to do is post, hey, comment your birthday month below to be entered into the giveaway that we're doing. Okay. If they are somebody who has just a couple of, they don't have that many friends, and you're like, I don't really know, like if they're going to have the best network, TFX hosts a post. All the scripts are in the team page. If you're like, oh my gosh, dude, this girl is the best. She's bomb at social media. She's so good. She has about 1,500 friends. She's going to do a distributor host a post. Okay, so does that make sense? Put a 7 in the chat if you're like, okay, got it. That made sense. I was super confused before, and now I'm good. If you have any other questions, let these 7s go through and then ask your questions again. Hopefully that cleared it up. But guys, if you are uber duper confused about what host to post is and you're starting from ground zero, you're like, I've never even heard of host to post, you need to start by looking at the videos on our team page. Okay, search HAP or host a post, and you're going to find all of the things about that. Okay, I did a video. Carly Middleton on our team did a video. So bomb. Go use those tips. But what Tessie said that's blowing our mind is that we were messaging these people saying, hey, here's the giveaway. Hey, here's the giveaway. Hey, here's the giveaway. Couple of problems with that. Facebook was blocking us from messaging too fast. And people weren't seeing our message because we weren't Facebook friends. So now they're adding us as a friend and messaging the word entry. We aren't getting blocked from messaging. We aren't getting blocked from adding people as a friend, and they're seeing our message every time because we're Facebook friends. Okay. That is what was just like, okay. Thank you so much.
Yay. I'm excited.
I will give you a shout out when we go ambassador on stage. I'll be like, my girl Tessie gave us all the host to post tips. That's why we're ambassador. Thank you. No, y'all, that was so good. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. 2 more questions, because that was kind of volume boosting tips together too. If you want to add a couple of those, we can. But okay, what did the vision look like for your team last month? Like, how were you casting vision every single day? You said something like, basically how we got there, they were excited. How did you keep that excitement? How did you keep that momentum going all month long? Because we all know, if you've been in the business for like 2 days, you're like, yep, I get stagnant. Like, you just hear like your crickets from your team. You're like, is anybody there? Did we all get abducted by aliens? Not really sure what happened. So how did you keep that excitement going all 30 days of April?
So I went live every single morning on our team page. And what I did was I took our thermometer, and my girls, I was like, I don't know how my girls are going to think of the thermometer, but they loved it. And I went live, and this was our thermometer. And I went live every single day, and I colored it in, and I told them what our goals was up until 50,000. And they like clung to this thermometer and ran with it. And then whenever, like, of course our goal, like, at first my goal was just triple. Like, I was just like, let's go triple diamond. That means so-and-so gets a diamond bonus. So-and-so gets to go double. So-and-so is going emerald. Like, it just meant so much for them. And when I broke it down that way and was like, went to each person one by one and was like, okay, this is what I know your goal is. This is what me and you are going to partner up and we're going to do this month. And I went to each person that was working on my chart and set a goal and a game plan with them. And it's like, they just felt a connection that we've never felt before. Even though I talk to them daily and, I go live and I do all these things with them, it's like at that point they knew I was putting them first. And so they got super excited. So every single morning at like 7:45, they were like, okay, Tessie, it's almost 8 o'clock. Are you about to go live with our totals? Like, that total for them I have a lot of yellows on my team because I'm yellow. So I think like we just liked that goal. They loved having it. They would ask me throughout the day, okay, where are we at? How many more LCs do we need today to hit our goal? Like, what we need to know a game plan. And that's what I did with them every single day. And on the weekends, we would get back together and we're like, okay, this is your chart. I was charting like every few days, and I had my leaders charting every few days because we knew that hitting this goal was going to mean so many promotions on our team. And we had 42 promotions last month on my team. And I was like, wait, I have 30 people on my Zooms. Where's these other 12 people coming from? Like, where are they? Like people came out and were just so excited. So I went live with them every day. Power hours. We would message each other like outside of power hour and just be friends. Like we were just friends with each other, and we would joke and we would, send funny gifts and just do, we literally talked all day long and just kept each other. We were like, everybody's like, it was like having 40 something accountability partners. Like that's what it was. It was just really, really fun. So we did that. And then we just talked all day long in message groups. We would say, hey, I'm tired. Who else is tired? And I was like, okay, I know we're tired, but let's not nap. And then they would just they were doing it behind my back. Like it just grew a connection that my team has never had before. And it's still there this month. So we just became friends. Like we just locked arms and we were just friends and just went live, and I just poured into them. This book changed me a lot. The Draw the Circle, the 40-day prayer challenge. Kelly was like, Tessie, you need this book. So I started reading this, and I would read little bits and pieces of this book to them. And I think my whole team has this book now. And I was like, oh, okay. But so we just did little things together throughout the day, throughout the month, and just ran with it. We were just excited.
That is so good. I love that. And guys, you don't have to go presidential and you don't have to go ambassador to do a tracker. You're going Ruby, break that sucker down. Figure out how many people that you need every single day between you and the people working on your team. I know Megan McCabe has done that. I know Megan Stelzer has done that. I've talked to people who are like, yep, we need 3,782 volume. That is this amount of TFX per day per person working on a team. I'm like, wait, what? Those are the people that are going to hit their goals. Bottom line, the people who know exactly what they need. Shout out to Jacob Harris. He's not on my screen, but I need to go find him because he's so cute. I don't know where he is, but Jacob Harris, he had this goal to be able to sign one customer per day this month on average. So if he missed one day, he'd get 2 the next day. 30 customers total. Okay. He signed 3 today. That would not have happened if his goal wasn't to get 30. Okay, so break down what you need. He knows the volume of the customer that he needs per customer. Break it down. And if you're like, oh, I'm not green, I'm just not that organized. Quit letting your color become your excuse. Do it anyway. Being a yellow and creating these relationships, that's hard for me, honestly. I like it as a blue because I'm like, oh yeah, that's fun. But when I need to get down to business, I'm like, we ain't got time for that. How's your chart? But I know that there's value in that, so I do it anyway. And it's been such a blessing to get to know people on a bigger level than just how their chart looks. I know their husband's names. I know their kids' names. I know how they're doing. So anyways, okay. All right, where was I at? I'm just fired up. You're like, I'm ready to go make some charts. I'm ready to go do some post-to-post. I'm so excited. Okay. Where are we at? All right. Pushing past the doubt. I'm sure that there were times in your business last month where you were like, I don't know if this is going to happen. And if I'm being honest, I've had that, 8 times in the last 4 days. Okay. There's going to be that doubt. You're going to be like, wait, can I do this? How did you push past that doubt? And this is for me as well as everybody else on the team, because we all struggle with that. It doesn't matter if you're going ambassador, if you're going diamond, or if you're going executive. You have these doubts. So how did you deal with that, and how did you help your team overcome that?
So I had that on the 15th. On the 15th is whenever we did the thermometer. So for me, I kept it right here on the side of my desk, because for me, this was a reminder that it wasn't about me, it was about my team. So I needed to get over my fears and get over whatever was coming into my head daily. So I would come in here whenever I got this book on the 13th. So I literally think this book is what did the entire month for me, because we as a family would go before my son to church. And once my son came, he's not quiet. He doesn't know how to sit still. So church kind of went out the window for us. So this business has brought it back a ton, but this book for me has brought it back a lot more. So on the 13th, I literally came in here because the first chapter was, or the first day was getting on your knees every single morning, like at a certain time. And for me, the certain time can never happen just because my kids are home. But I did it every single morning before I went live to my team. I came in here and I prayed, because some mornings I woke up and I was like, how are we going to do this? Like, we need 50,000 in volume. How are we going to do it? And then I was like, you know what? If it doesn't happen, at least maybe we hit triple. And we had a few people pop diamonds and, you know, rubies and emeralds. And then I'd read my book and I'd get on my knees and pray, and I was fired up. And I would go live to my team right then and there, read them whatever it was that I took away from this, whatever aha it was for me, and they were fired up. Like, the chat was just blowing up. So whatever filled up my cup, I made sure to fill their cup up with it too. And then, you know, my husband had a big part of it. Like, he stepped up a lot last month. I was like, you know, I don't know if he'll ever be one of those husbands that are on stage and, you know, really like, he's supportive, but like, you know, all into it and like helping with this and helping with that. No, he 100% stepped up last month, because there were some days where I was like, I don't think we can do it. And he was like, get out of your head, Tessie. Get out of it right now, because if you don't, you're going to be stuck all day and you're going to waste an entire day and your team's going to follow. He was like, you're doing this for them. You have to keep going. So after that, I would come in my office and I'd get on my knees and I'd pray. And it was gone, and I was ready to go. And I would connect with my team right then and there. Every time I was excited, I connected with them, because if I was having these doubts, they probably were too. Even though, you know, some of their goals were smaller, they only needed 500 from Ruby, or, you know, whatever it was, I know they still had doubts, just like some days I did. And up until like the last 4 days of the month, I was like, this isn't happening. I'm still so far away. But the last 4 days of the month is I got down on my knees morning, lunch, and for dinner at like before bed, because I just thought this can't happen. I'm way too far. My team's never brought in this much volume. How are we going to do it? Like, what are we going to do? We brought in 22,000 in volume the last 4 days of the month. The last day of the month, we brought in 8,800. And I was like, how? Like, it's still mind-blowing to me, but we put in the work. And I told my team, I was like, you have to pray like it depends on God and prepare like it's all on you. Like, it is 100% you, but you have to give him the glory every time you get an LC. And every time I got an LC, I would just look up and I was like, thank you. Oh my goodness, thank you. Like, it just happened. And the last day of the month, volume just, like, every time I'd update, volume just kept coming in, and I literally fell to my knees without even knowing it. And I was just crying and just thanking him for everything, because it was habit. And I knew 100% it was coming from him, because me and my team were so consistent all month long. And I've never felt that before, ever. Whether it was just, you know, me and my business, I've never been that close to him as I was last month, and my team felt it too. So anytime we got stuck, we all said a prayer. And, you know, if we needed to do it together, that was fine. One of the girls would message me, was like, I had to just pray because I was like so down. And I was like, okay, cool. Next time, call me and we'll do it together. I'll help you. Like, we just partnered up so much. And it brought my team closer together. And, you know, they formed Sideline, like, they became Sideline Sisters on their own. One of them was like, I found me a Sideline sister. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, it was a bond that we've never had before. And it was really awesome.
Wow. That was so good. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're just going to go back to 1 because I don't even know what number we're on. Put a 1 in the chat if you were like, I needed this tonight. I'm going to put a 1 because I needed this tonight. That was so good. And I just have to say, like, my team, like, in my moments of doubts, like, this whole month, I feel like I was telling some leaders earlier, I was like, it feels like May 35th already. This has been the longest month of my life, and it's only 4 days in. But I keep having to remind myself, I'm like, Morgan, we're 4 days in. It's not the 25th. And I think it is important to work like it's the 25th. And if you don't know, if you're brand new, we say the 25th because that's the day that all the orders run and you see your volume and where you're at for the month without anything else. Like, that's it. Everything else that you need, you got to bring in brand new. That's none of the orders that were there before are going to run anymore. So I've just been like, okay, we have time. We can do this. Like, we can do this, but it's important to work like it is the last day of the month. But every single time, this is just me bragging on y'all, every time I felt like that, I get a text, how are you doing? Morgan, how's ambassador? I'm like, how did you know? How did you know I needed that? And they were like, you got this. Like, we believe in you. We're going ambassador. And then, like, they'll send me screenshots of stuff that their team is saying. And they're like, I'm not crying. You're crying. This is amazing. Our team is blowing up. I'm so excited. Like, things like that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this is all happening. Like, we firmly believe that this is going to happen. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And that's the attitude that you need to have. And so I just wanted to shout y'all out really quick because y'all are lifting me up as much as I am hopefully lifting you up. But I'm thankful for y'all, and I know that we can do this. And it really just comes down to like believing and trusting not only in our own efforts, but in the efforts of the Lord. I love what you said, that pray like it depends on God, but prepare like it depends on you. And that is bomb. If you don't get anything else from this Zoom, which there's like 87,000 gold nuggets, but take that. Pray like it depends on you, or pray like it depends on God, and prepare like it depends on you. And I know for me, whenever I went triple diamond, which you just like blew past last month, so like you didn't even promote to triple diamond. But whenever I went triple, I remember I was like, I had claimed it. It was actually in May of 2017 is when I went triple. And I put my hands on my chart every morning and I prayed over my chart, and I was like, God, make it happen. I don't know what this is going to do. Like, there's no way I can do this. This is a lot. And I put my hands on my chart and I prayed over it. And I just said, thank you that I am triple diamond. I thank you that I am triple diamond. I know this is going to happen. Thank you in advance for what you're going to do in making me a triple diamond. And then I got to work. Okay, guys, like, it's not just like you pray and like, oh, it's just going to happen and volume just floods in and people are just like, yeah, I want to order 87, BV worth of products. Like, no, you actually have to put the work in, but it's praying and just believing that God can do those things that you can't do. He's going to bridge the gap between where you are right now and where you want to be, what you're able to do and what he's able to do. And this morning I started the same way. I put my hands on my chart on my wall, all the people's pictures up there, and I just prayed and I said, God, this is yours. I'm releasing it back to you. My word this year is release. I'm releasing this back to you, like, because I can't hold on to this. If I try to squeeze this, I'm going to squeeze the life out of it. I can't do this without you. In that posture, just like deciding that right now, that we need help and it has to come from the Lord, that's what's going to get us to ambassador. And so no matter what your belief is, get in self-development. I love that you mentioned that, because I think so many people, like, that's the first thing to fall to the wayside when they're busy and they're like, well, I don't have time to do self-development. I'm trying to pour into my team. You can't pour from an empty cup, guys. Like, you have to fill yourself up. That is so crucial. And if I've learned anything that I've done wrong in my promotion months, is that I didn't give myself the time that I needed. So if that means you need to wake up an hour early, do it, so that you can get your journaling and your self-development done, because it's not an option ever, but especially this month, it is not an option. You have to be full so that you can pour out to your team and to yourself. And so thank you so much for that. And do you have any last things that you want to say? I don't want to put you on the spot, but I just like didn't want to cut you off either.
No, one thing I do want to say is with the self-development. So the end of the month was really, really crazy. And Friday felt like Monday to me. I was like, it feels like Monday. So Friday and Saturday, I did not come in here and I didn't do my self-development. And I didn't sign anything. I didn't get any host or post up. Like, my messenger was completely dead. And I was like, what's going on? Like, wait, this can't happen. Like, we're still pushing to ambassador. We still need tons of BV. Like, we need it all. What's going on? Well, Sunday we watched Stephen Furtick on TV, me and my husband, and I was like, wait a minute. Mama! I haven't done my self-development the last 2 days. Like, I came in here, I got on my knees and I read my day, and I signed 3 LCs on Sunday. And I was like, that was my sign. And the same thing that I read that day was sow a seed was that day. And that's the same thing Stephen Furtick talked about. So I was like, wow, like, that hit home for me. Like, no matter if you just hit your goal, you still have to keep doing your self-development. So that was a major thing for me. Was I stopped for 2 days, and not on purpose. It just kind of happened. Like, it was just crazy. And I was trying to calm down and try and get my body to stop like freaking out over what just happened. And some things just fell out, and I was trying to spend time with the kids and I missed that. And the day I did it, I signed 3 LCs from it.
Yeah, that is amazing. I am so proud of you. Thank you for hopping on here with us. You did an incredible job. I know you were nervous, but you did not seem like it at all. You freaking killed it, dude. This was so good. Y'all, please tell her thank you in the chat. Thank you, every single one of you, for hopping on and staying on. I know we went over a little bit, but I know that nobody is mad about that, because this was so fire. Every single word that you said was just like dripping with wisdom. Thank you for doing this. Congrats on presidential. I know
Thank
we're
you.
ambassador this year together.
Yes. Thanks for having me.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Have a good night.